there is a special game that came out on not PC. It is what else was it on before?
Which
So it was on Switch and it was on PC.
It came out on Switch before it came to a console that people play?
It launched on Switch. Thank you very much.
Christ. All right, well, anyway,
Suck
one of
it.
my favorite developers, Supergiantgames, they came out with Hades on PS4 and Xbox, and you know, the consoles that matter. And we've all finally had a chance to play it. What are all of your thoughts? Pez, you've had some experience with it first, so you're our expert.
Sure.
So,
So
what do you think of Hades?
I have played it on Switch and on PC, where it was originally launched, because I guess if it was to be launched on good consoles, that's where it would have originally launched, but it didn't. It launched on PC and on Switch. So let's see, real quick. On PC, I have about 40 hours into it. In Switch, I would say about the same. And I don't know if this is true. My guess is it's probably true for PlayStation and Xbox, but it is cloud save between Switch and PC. So you were able to just pick up your save and keep going, and amazing. It got my runner-up for Game of the Year in 2020 behind Animal Crossing, but that's only because I put 500 hours into Animal Crossing, right? Animal Crossing was one of those games that you could just dump hours into and nothing happened. But I think, as I has said on this podcast, Hades is easily my favorite roguelike game I've ever played. Better than Dead Cells, better than Risk of Rain, better than Salt and Sanctuary, better than Rogue Legacy and Rogue Legacy 2. Like, it is the best. Those that have never played it, I'll give you a quick backstory without any spoilers. You are Zagreus, the son of Hades, and you are trying to escape hell. And you are assisted by the gods, your Zeus, everyone's favorite himbo, Poseidon. He's a hey, little Hades. He's such a himbo. And what they do is they give you various boons based on whatever they represent as in the pantheon. Like, Zeus gives you lightning, Poseidon gives you, water. Dionysus gives you a thing it's called hangover. So what it does, it's kind of like a tick damage AoE type effect based on whatever you get. And you have to escape the 4 stages: Tartarus, Asphodel, Elysium, and then Hades himself. And after you do that, again, I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens and you do it again. It's a roguelike. So when you die, the only thing that progresses is your knowledge of the stage and what is considered the collectible, which is darkness. Darkness is used in Nyx's mirror, the mother of the night or whatever she is. Nyx's mirror to upgrade your stuff. Like, you can get more boons, you can get more dashes, all that stuff. So that's the game in a nutshell. It is incredible. I played it on Twitch. I played it a lot on Twitch. Probably 38 of those 40 hours on PC have been on Twitch. I love it. It's a great game. The music slaps. Like, I listen to the soundtrack on Spotify daily. The music slaps. The artwork is impeccable. It is just an incredible game. Plays incredibly. I play it with a mouse and keyboard because if you play a game like Hades I play with a controller. If you play a game like Hades with a mouse and keyboard, you're probably a psychopath, and you should be, put in an asylum somewhere, because that is not a mouse and keyboard game.
No.
No what?
So Pez,
No, you.
Hades will not have cross save for PlayStation and Xbox like it does for PC.
I don't want cross save. All right, I don't need it.
I do.
Casual.
You should want it though.
I play on PC consoles, both PlayStation and Xbox. I would love cross save. I wish all games were on everything. I understand the whole, exclusive machines that exist, but I like cross save now.
That is a shame, because honestly, if I was tied to one console, I would never have played it on PC, because it is a perfect Nintendo Switch game. Pick it up for a half hour in bed, put it down, pause it like whenever you want, and that's it. Like, good night. The fact that it had cross save made it so you felt, so you weren't backtracking I wasn't playing for 5 hours on PC, and then I pick up my Switch, and it's like, ugh, I gotta do this again. Like, I feel like I've already been doing this, and it's not that loss of progress that someone feels and can get very frustrated by. So yeah, so as Waba said, it did come out on the correct consoles. It came out on the Switch and the PC, and then the others were ports later, a year or a year and a half later, and that's okay.
So I'll have to concur and say, yeah, the game is beautiful. It looks. I've been playing it on the Xbox Series X on Game Pass. It's the perfect game for Game Pass. Not just because it's a very good game, but it's one of those bite-sized games where I can go in, I can go play, and then I can go back to the other games that I'm currently playing. Like any roguelike, I'm not good at them. So take my opinion with a grain of salt. I enjoy playing it. It's not a game that I keep going back to. I probably played it for 4 or 5 days straight. I played it for maybe over 2 hours now. I've played this game. I haven't got very far. I think the farthest I got, Pez, was like 14 rooms. I get killed a lot. I don't have the reflexes to play these types of games. I don't know what it is. I'm just never good at them. I've enjoyed Death's Door. I've enjoyed Hades. I doubt I'll finish them, but I haven't taken either off my Xbox dashboard, and both of them I've gone back to play. But my review shouldn't really matter on this game because I'm usually the guy that likes the big AAA experience, not the multiplayer and not the roguelikes.
Well, the cool thing about it being on Game Pass is you can try it, right, without buying it. So if you have that inkling where like maybe you think you like roguelike games, because not all roguelikes are the same, right? It's like just like saying not all fighters are the same and not all first person shooters are the same. So if you didn't like Dead Cells, or you didn't like Rogue Legacy, or maybe you loved Rogue Legacy and you hated Dead Cells, like give Hades a shot. You might like it, you might not. If you're a PlayStation person, I don't know, because you're gonna have to buy it. It was what, Waba, $40 maybe?
So it's 40. GameStop had it this weekend for, I think it was 30.
Perfect.
And I got on PS5, which I don't think that matters, but I haven't bought a PS5 game in months, so figured why not? It was the same price.
Is that your first PS5 box?
It's
Game
not. I
box?
have Watch Dogs Legion. But
That's right.
I got that around the holidays, and it's August 18th.
Is that
So-
unwrapped yet or no? Is it still
No.
wrapped? Okay.
It is. But can I get on my soapbox before I talk about the game?
Sure.
As one does. So you talked about Court like not liking roguelikes, and I know you compared it to Rogue Legacy. I do not like roguelikes. I don't enjoy them. I played Rogue Legacy because it was free on PS Plus. I had enough fun to beat the game. It was challenging. It wasn't my type of game. However, I feel very strongly about supporting the studios that I enjoy. Supergiantgames, and I talked about this before, they are very special to me. I played Transistor and it blew my mind away. I played Pyre and I loved it. It's like Wizard basketball. And then I went back and played Bastion. These things spoke to me. And then at PAX, I saw them live. Darren Korb and Jamie Landrum just like singing on stage. And it was amazing and super special. And I got to meet them. And they signed something. Like, this is a studio that deserves your support. And if you like them, even if their games aren't for you, and I'm not saying this to either of you, I'm talking to the people, buy it new when it's like full price. And I know it's, sometimes things are tough, but like that, you want to support them to make, like, again, I'm not talking about profits or cuts, but like you want them to get sales. So do it. Even if it's not 100%, your thing, support the games that you like. I know I'm going to enjoy it, even though it's not my type of game, because I do enjoy that studio. But that's just my little soapbox thing. Because I'm practicing what I preach.
One thing I'd like to add, I thoroughly enjoyed the conversations in Hades. I think they're hilarious. They're off the cuff, and the fact that petting the dog was an achievement. You have to do it 10 times. Now, to the people doing this, you can't just do it 10 times in a row. That doesn't pop the achievement. You have to die 10 times and come in every single time and pet the dog. So for someone like yourself, Waba, it is not going to give you trophies, and it's just not going to hand them to you. I've looked them up. It is a tough list, but the art style in this game is beautiful. Like the game just looks great, and I'll be honest with you. Even if it wasn't on Game Pass, I probably would have bought it based on what Pez was saying about the game, and I've watched him play on Twitch, and the fact that I actually did like Death's Door. I suck at Death's Door, but I still want to finish that game.
And like that's how you know it's a good game. If it's not the style of game you enjoy, but you can still find something in it to enjoy, something that'll keep you, coming back, even if it's not a lot. And I think that's very special. And I think that this studio does that because the games that they make are not the typical game I'd like, but they're so charming and well done that I'm gushing about them. I always do when we bring it up. So
Yeah. And I will say, I will give Supergiantgames this. They have not made a bad game.
no,
Here's the thing. Transistor, I played it on Vita, I think. I can't remember. It wasn't like a game I'm like, oh my God, I love it. Because I played Bastion at first. And I was, what is this game? Who is this developer? This is amazing. You have the narrator's voice. I was like, oh my God, is this like Sam Elliott? This sounds just like Sam Elliott. And it's not. It's, I think
Logan
it might be
Cunningham.
Darren Korb. Oh, it's Logan Cunningham. Okay.
Yep.
And, they always have great music. They always have great story. They always have great art style. And if I can throw something at you, my worry is that Supergiantgames is going to make a Hades 2. And I don't want them to. And I'm going to tell you why I don't want them to. Because Supergiantgames is always good at, here is the thing. The thing is good. We're going to move on to something else. Right? Like Bastion was good. They could have made a Bastion 2 and I bet it would have cleaned up, right? They could have made a Transistor 2 and I bet it would have done well. Pyre, I don't know. People have to be into that. They could make a Hades 2 and it'll kill, right? I don't want them to be a sequel type of. I don't want them to be a sequel maker. Go bring me a new experience because that is what you are amazing at.
Now,
And that's what I want to see.
Everybody keeps talking and saying this is game of the year, which is fine. I think this will be the first year for me that game of the year. I don't really have a vote because every time Death's Door, Hades, everybody's like, these are really good games. Like they've done a very good job, but I'm not good at them. And it's like, it's very hard for me to play. And I'm like, it's tough for me to. So my ask question to you guys, we're in August. What is your game of the year so far?
Been played. Oh, did Persona come out this year? I feel like I still talk about it.
Persona Strikers?
No, Royal.
Oh,
No.
I don't think no, that's been out for a while. Because I bought it.
Okay.
I bought it on Black Friday.
For me, Mass Effect Legendary. Yeah, it was on 2019. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I haven't played a lot this year. Again, my main focus is NHL and
So
all that. But Mass Effect is mine, and I know it's a remake. I don't care.
Are we talking games like released in 2021?
Mm-hmm. Hades still counts, by the way.
I would say it is probably. Man, I'm looking at the games that have like come out. I've played. It's probably Monster Hunter Rise for me.
Of course it is. That I'm not shocked.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, you want to go based on hours? It's probably Monster Hunter Rise. You want to go based on even on like content? Like I loved Monster Hunter Rise. It was great. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, Monster Hunter game that has been made so far. Death's Door is up there. Hades obviously is going to be up there. I don't count it as a 2021 release because I played it last year. But
yeah, but it's the calendar year, right? So like for me, Miles Morales is up there because it's the calendar year, right? That didn't fall into last year's, so that would be this year. And this sounds stupid, but Astrobot, I think the game is just so much fun.
That was really good.
It's so good.
You can make a case that Astro's Playroom is the best PS5 game out there.
I don't even think you could. I think it is.
Between
like, I'm not
like snacks, basically.
Pepez, I don't think you're saying this lightly. Every single person that has a PS5 likes that game, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you like that game. So people will be like, "Well, you can't make it the game of the year. You can't say but it is the best PS5 game."
And they're legit studio. What is it? Sobi, like, I think that's like their name. Like they're like, it's good just because it's free on the system doesn't mean it's not a real game. Like, yes, It's a tech demo, but they did it in such a way that it's a like it makes sense. It's great. It's a great platformer. Anyone can play it. You're right.
Can I just give you a fun little Darren Korb tidbit?
Yes,
So
please.
someone on Twitter asked him about this is like 2018. Someone was like, "So tell me about the Hades soundtrack." Do you want to know what he called this genre of music?
Hit me with it.
Mediterranean Halloween prog rock. And you know what? It fits. It's so good.
The music's so good.
It's so
and
good.
You're right. I agree with you. Where it's like I'll buy anything they make. I'll buy it at launch. I'll buy it full price. I'll buy collector's editions if I have to. Like I always make sure to buy something at their PAX booth if they're there. But like, I don't know. They can do no wrong. And if we call it whatever you want. Call it Poop Nugget Supreme music, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm in. That's my new favorite genre.
Nope.
Oh.
They have never steered me wrong yet. So I will play every game they release. Even if I don't like it, I'll buy it and I'll finish it.
So I guess we're all agreeing everybody should buy this regardless. Even someone like myself, if I didn't have it on Game Pass, I would have bought it. But Waba, you mentioned Mass Effect.